Star Trek Insurrection sucks my balls. It's got cheap styrofoam sets, lame production values, and a budget smaller than an episode of Alf. But to be fair, it's not all terrible. It is the only movie of the franchise where Picard isn't angry, tired, depressed, or crying. In fact, you could say that it's the closest they ever got to capturing the tone of the TV show on the big screen. But it was really more like a good two-parter episode thing. But that was the problem, cause this is a movie. Now First Contact, while it had a shitty script, it had good state-of-the-art visual effects that still look good today. Insurrection special effects look on par with Babylon 5. Or a Sci-Fi Channel original movie. They also got the worst costume designer in the quadrant. Ain't no one winning an Oscar for the JCPenney spring fashion look. Earth tones, people! Everyone wears earth tones. Browns and beige, and mother of pearl. And browns and beiges, and dark browns, and light browns, and browns and beige. Browns and beiges, and dark browns, and light browns, and browns and beige. Everyone's gonna be wearing earth tones, cause they live on a planet. But anyway, I mean the movie's okay, but I don't know. Something felt like they took a big step backwards after First Contact. Like they had this movie already made, and it was in Rick Berman's closet, and he said, "Hey, let's release this as the next movie, why not?" Jesus, I spent more on my hair plugs than they did on this movie. So let's begin, shall we? Number 1. Nothing makes sense about the plot. Again. I'm getting a little tired of these fucking Star Trek movies not making any sense. Or having the plots revolve around convenience, only there for setting up the plot. And them thinking that we're too stupid to notice this shit.
Of the feature films that we have done, Star Trek Insurrection undoubtedly is the biggest.
Let's talk about the setup of this movie. First of all, why is Data part of the team observing some podunk colony of people somewhere? Data is the second officer and the operations guy on the Federation flagship, which is apparently bogged down with so much shit to do that they don't know where to start.
Our guests have arrived.
They need us to mediate some territorial dispute.
Oh, no. Oh, yes, so they need us to put out one more brush fire. We can't delay the archaeological expedition to Hanoran.
But instead, he's, quote, on assignment. Now this team of people in invisible costumes are there to do what exactly? Study the Baku, right? They didn't have Data there so he could use his technical abilities to help them design and build the holoship, because that was a secret. And that's why he freaked out, because he started to figure out the secret, and then the guy shot him. Then his fail-safe brain mechanism made him go run around like a crazy man. To me, Data is the last person you want anywhere near a primitive society. Every single time he's been involved in a mission like this one, it's always ended in some kind of horrible disaster.
What's wrong with you? Radioactive. What does that mean?
That was the stun setting. This is not. I only wish to help.
This is how you helped us? By bringing this plague?
I can reduce this pumping station to a pile of debris.
Tried to kill us all?
In human parlance, I do not believe I can get the job done. My training has prepared me for Starship Command duties. As a cultural contact, I am proving to be less than exemplary.
So why would Starfleet send an android who still doesn't really understand emotions or culture to walk around and help study a bunch of throwbacks making dough and herding goats?
His emotion chip?
He didn't take it with him.
So what function does he serve there? other than to conveniently discover the plot that would have gone on without a hitch if they didn't have him there at all.
Next time, leave your android home.
Exactly. Number 2. Plot convenience equals movie suck. So they try to shoot Data's head off when he goes nuts. He eventually shoots a laser gun at the secret observing base, which is conveniently located on a cliff within plain view of the Baku village so they all could see it. Let's think about this for just one moment. Why didn't they locate this facility like 10 miles away in the middle of nowhere in case they had some kind of problem with the cloak? Which is something that has actually happened before. They got sophisticated cameras and monitoring equipment in the future. They really didn't need to have a physical window to look out of, did they? So this happened, of course, before in the episode called Who Watches the Watchers. And that all made a lot more sense on how they went about the whole spying thing. By the way, this random episode of The Next Generation is actually better than all 4 movies combined. So how did they get that little base there anyway? According to Celine Dion, the Baku have been there for 309 years. You'd think they would have noticed if the rock face in their village was suddenly changed. Well, maybe they beamed up the rocks, beamed down the base in the middle of the night, and then projected holographic rocks on top of the base that looked like the rocks that they had beamed away in the... Number 3. Picard's double standard. A few years back, TV show Picard, we'll call him Larry, faced a similar situation where he was forced by Admiral Bicheyev to remove a bunch of Indians from a planet that they gave to the Cardassians in a treaty thing.
What if these Indians refuse to be evacuated?
Then your orders will be to remove them by whatever means are necessary.
So you got non-indigenous groups of settlers, and their presence on the planet is the root of a problem. So Picard does his best to do the diplomacy thing, but after a while he's like, just move the people or they're gonna get killed. Move them by force if you need to, Worf.
It may be necessary to remove these people by force.
But this time Wesley Crusher tries to do his own insurrection thing.
They're preparing to beam you away and take you to their ship. You're not gonna let them do that, are you?
No.
And he gets shot down by Picard.
Inexcusable. You defied the orders of the ranking officer on the scene. I'm about to commit a direct violation of our orders. You put the lives of the entire away team in jeopardy. Take cover! And you made an already tense situation worse.
What you're doing down there is wrong.
And frankly, right now, I don't care.
These people are not some random group of colonists. They're a unique culture with a history that predates the Federation and Starfleet.
That does not alter the fact that my orders are
I know Admiral Nechayev gave you an order.
I'm ordering you to the Goran system.
And she was given an order from the Federation Council.
I'm acting on orders from the Federation Council.
But it's still wrong.
That decision is not yours to make. I won't let you move them, Admiral. But I will tell you this. While you wear that uniform, you will obey every order you are given.
I'm also ordering the release of the Sona officers.
And you will conform to Starfleet regulations and rules of conduct. Is that clear?
Even when the end result is providing billions of people with life-saving radiation,
We'll be able to use the regenerative properties of this radiation to help billions. The needs of the many outweigh
The needs of the few.
in this new situation, without the Indians, he now suddenly wants to defy his orders and risk everything to save white people. I mean, save people he's grown attached to. I doubt Picard would have an insurrection for this guy. TV show Picard would have tried to convince the Baku to leave. And might have even called them selfish pricks for hogging all the radiation for themselves.
But there are times when the greater good demands that certain sacrifices are made.
The Indians actually had more rights than the Baku because they were Federation citizens. But what the Indians didn't have is a MILF that wanted to sit on Picard's face and cock-teased him the whole time.
But I have 318 days of shore leave coming, and
But hey, at least he's gonna get some on shore leave.
I intend to use them.
That'll be the next movie. We'll call it Star Trek, Insurrection. Continued in Part 2.